Okay, fine. So you have to understand where you will go for search of the journals. So one is your first one is your general search engine. So normally what you do is your Google. Okay, but general search engine is not expertise in searching the particular purpose. Okay, so though you can start searching on Google, this is not a recommended one because here you may not get the best one that you are looking for. But you can also try here also. Then you have to go for specialized search engine. Okay, then there is something called your personal search engine. Clear? So there is, I do not know whether these words exist or not. This word is my own creation. Okay, general search engine, specialized search engine, and personal search engine. Okay, so now I will explain what is these three. So general search engine means whether you go to Google or you go to Bing or you go to Yahoo. So these are the general search engines where you give your keyword and you look for the suitable journal. But I personally do not recommend because here you may not get the best one you are looking for. Okay, but you should do it also. Sometimes you may get also. Okay. Then what is special search engine? Google, like a separate search engine for books, also have a separate search engine for not you can say journals dedicated for people involved in research. And what is that search engine called? Google Scholar. Okay, so it is scholar.google.com. So this is the site. So here you can see the description what says Google Scholar provides a simple way to broadly search for scholarly literature, search across a wide variety of disciplines and sources. So here you can start your search like suppose I will use the same keyword earlier. Suppose I use micro channel heat transfer. I will type here. So it will give you different results here. So basically you try to understand this Google Scholar is not the owner of these articles. So again it is giving the search from different sources available. So the sources it will give may be free or may not be free, but it will give you that information is available. For example, you see the first article says three-dimensional conjugate heat transfer in the microchannel heat sink for electronics packaging. And this belongs to a journal, International Journal of Heat and Mass Transfer, published in the year 2000, authored by Fedorov and Viscount. And this is published by Elsevier and available on the sciencedirect.com. 2000, 22 years old. That's why you see, that's why always you should focus on your latest work. So now we are in the year 2022. So you should refer to last 5 years in detail and especially last 3 years in more focused way. 22, 21, 20 and also partly 19 because we are at the middle of 22. And for some journals you may get the year 2023 also because it is a digital print, so they give advance issues also. They give advance issues also. Okay. So here it's showing anytime or you custom range or whatever you want. So if you make custom range, then here you can give I want 2000 say let's say 17 to 2022. So you give 2017. Here you give 2022. That means it will give you the latest ones only. Okay, so you can say here 17, then 18, then 19, then 21, like that you are getting. So here there should be option to sort by date also. Okay, and there is option to sort by relevance. Relevance means date is not important, percentage of matching with your keyword is important. Okay, so this way you search here, but whatever link it is showing, you may not be able to download or you may be able to download. So the Google Scholar is not responsible for that. It says it is available there. If it is paid, you pay the money and you purchase. I am not responsible. Clear? Okay. So like here you see, suppose, let me again repeat it, repeat this one from very beginning. So from here you can understand that what are the sources from where it is taking out the results. So better directly go to the sources. Why to search here in the third party search engine? So here it is giving science direct, science direct only. So it is the first page only. Then you go to the next page. You see science direct. Then you have tandfonline.com. Okay. So what you can do is, when you start your career, you have a note of what are the possible sources. So we got one sciencedirect.com. So you keep a note of sciencedirect.com. Second source here you got tandf.com. Okay. Sorry, what was written? T and F. Let me check again. tandfonline.com. So you keep a note, tandfonline.com is the next website. So like this, you go here next. So you will get so many sources. Okay. Academia.edu. So academia.edu, that we will discuss later on. But please remember, this is not a source for the journals actually. It is one kind of a social networking site for researchers. So separately, we will start social networking site for researchers like Facebook. Facebook is a general networking site. It is not a social networking site. Okay. Sorry, it is a general social networking site, not dedicated for researchers. It is for general public. So I do not know why it is showing science directs only mostly. Maybe they might have a tie-up that they will show their results is better only. So I personally do not use Google Scholar very widely. Rather than I try to rely on the original source. So what to do? You make a compilation of original sources. So what is the original sources? I will tell you. Here as I listed, that I call here as a personal search engine. So I said general is Google, Yahoo, etc. Specialized I can say right is Google Scholar. And personal search engine, just now we have seen sciencedirect.com. tandfonline.com. So now you can ask the question, there are how many personal search engines are there? Okay, and how to know the list and where it is available. I also do not know where a compiled list is available, but from my experience long back, I think in the year 2006, 7 or 8, during initial days of my PhD, when I was a little bit less loaded with stress, I used to dedicate my free time for developing a website where I compiled the things that will be useful for myself. Okay. Uh, so I also suggest not to copy something, maintain your website, etc. But you make a compilation of the list, and how to get the list? You consult your supervisor, your seniors, and through little bit experience, through little bit of search, you will be able to manage it. And what is personal search site? I will tell you. These journals are published by publishers. Publisher means they are a commercial organization. Their objective is to publish books and journals, articles, etc., sell them, get some money for their survival and their benefit. Okay. And when you publish your article with them, they will not give you any money. You transfer the copyright to the publisher. Okay. And transfer copyright means publisher can do business with your article. So you do hard work, you write a paper, you submit to the publisher, publisher accepts, then publisher say, well, now you have to transfer the copyright, you fill the copyright transfer form. After that, the article become the property of the publisher. What you get? You does not get any money, you get only name and fame. Publisher will sell it for $20, $30, whatever maybe, they will earn money. Obviously, they have the full right to earn money because you see, they are doing business, they are hosting a website, they have employed so many people, so they need to get money, otherwise how their company will run. Clear? So what you have to do, you have to make a list of technical publishers. List of technical publishers in your research field. In your, there may be thousands of publishers. One publisher may be expertise having pure literature. For example, they are publishing novels only maybe. Okay. For example, I think in India there is a publisher called Rupa Publication or something there, I guess. They publish novels only. Okay. So if you go to their website, you will not find any technical journal. There may be some publishers, they publish maybe only computer science, but I am from mechanical, so I need mechanical journals. So what to do? You have to make a list of publishers who are publishing journals in my interesting field. Okay. So my interest is, for example, heat transfer, not everything of mechanical. Though I belongs to mechanical, I am also cover a small range only. Mechanical have everything. So I focus on heat transfer, and inside heat transfer again a small domain called macro channel heat transfer. So what I did during 2006 to 8, I compiled a list of publishers who publish journals in the field of heat transfer. I did little bit broad because if I search there, definitely this macro channel is inside this heat transfer. Okay, so like that. So every publisher, as on today, they maintain their own website. They provide all the information what they publish or what they basically sell, and the list is so big that you cannot browse the website and do everything. So you need to do search to find out something out of their big list. That is called their personal search engine. So if you go to a particular site there, if you use their search button in the website, it will search inside their website, it will not search outside. Clear? It will search in a one website, and Google do the search for the whole world. Clear? So here you see, understand, Elsevier is a publisher. Okay, and they have a website in the name of Elsevier also because it is name of their company, but also they have a website called sciencedirect.com. I do not know why the name is there, sciencedirect.com. You have to ask to the owner only who decided to take this name. But this is a site where they provide all information related to their publications. What they publish books, they publish journals, they publish conference proceedings. Okay, so the list will be there, and if you want to search something out of their list, you need to go to here. If you go to here, you cannot search. If you go to here, you will only see. You can browse. There is a difference between browse and search. Clear? Browse means it will take long time. Search means it is a fraction of time. Clear? So like this, you have to list out the name of these publishers and their search engines. So this is a website I think I designed around 2006 to 8 only. So here, this I did for my own benefit. So I have never edited after 2008. Probably last 22 years, sorry, 14 years. Started editing. So here you will find out. That time I listed. Here you see it is written search engines. This means uh, I do not know everything is there now or not. We have to check. There is a site called Cyrus. Cyrus.com. Scopus is there. Then Engineering Village is there. Then Meta Press, then Science Direct. Okay. So under these names, if you type in Google, you will find out the websites. Then these are the publication groups. Like I told you, Elsevier is a publication group, but their search engine is Science Direct. Clear? So ASME is a publication group. So you can use the word ASME to find out the name of their website, and in the website you will find out their search engine. Similarly, Bagel House is there a publisher. Emerald Inside is a publisher. IEEE. IEEE is also a society, so they publish it. So we can say in principle they are also a publisher. That means they publish their own work only, not others' work. Okay. Then IOP, Institute of Physics, PEP. Then there is a Springer is a publisher. Then Taylor and Francis, known as T and F. So just now you have seen the website tnfonline.com. Taylor and Francis. Then Injeta Connect. Then there is a publisher Old City. Old City Publishing is there. Then Informa World. So these are the list I made that time. Maybe few might have been added to this. You can add if you do little bit work here. Then on the right hand side, what I did by searching every website, I listed the journal names which I find relevance to heat transfer. And in our field, heat transfer is associated with fluid mechanics. It cannot be separated. So the journals, pure fluid mechanics, pure heat transfer, a combination of two. All the journals I've listed here. Okay. And what I did, I copied their link and I've given the link. I wanted everything to be in a common place. If I write in a copy, I may lost the copy somewhere. Suppose I'm in hostel, I want the list at lab, so I cannot get. Suppose I am at home, my copy is at Kanpur. So that's why I thought if I will have a website link, then any time and every time I can access it. So with this intention, I created it. So here it says ATE. That means I know that it is Applied Thermal Engineering. It is name of a journal. So if I click here, it should open Applied Thermal Engineering. Clear? It becomes to your Elsevier group on the Science Direct website. Then it is cryo. Cryo means cryogenics. Cryogenics is a name of a journal. Okay. Then ETH, experimental heat transfer. So like this, I have listed here. So I recommend that you should also prepare your own customized list. So you consult your supervisor, you consult your seniors, and you do some little bit search and you make a bigger list for yourself and keep it ready reference in the form which you feel comfortable for you so that you can use it there. Clear? So this is the master list for myself. That means whenever I will make a search for my requirement, I will go a detailed thorough search covering everything so that I will ensure that if I start the literature search today and I decided to go for exhaustive for 6 months, so during the 6 months, at the end of 6 months, not a single article related to the topic I am searching for should not be untouched. Please understand, untouched means suppose let us assume by the end of 6 months, suppose December 31st, there are only 67 articles are there in whole everywhere. That means I should have referred to all 67. Referred means locate that, download them, then read them, understand them. But please remember, today I searched applied thermal engineering. I downloaded, let's say, 2 paper I find suitable. And after exhaustive search, let's say there is no third article is there which is suitable for me. but tomorrow one article may be added. But I cannot say कि मैं तो एक बार देख लिया था, उधर है नहीं. So you have to do every day. Now question is, should I do every day on every site? It's not like that. Once you do a exhaustive search, because you will not do one site one day. If you do 10-20 sites one day, you collect it, go on reading. Then after 15 days again you do the search for them. Whatever old one again you remove. Only you look for only a new edition only, like that. Nowadays a lot of features are there. If you register on their sites and you decide the keywords, whenever new article is published in their domain, it will give you a email or notification. That helps to know also ki what are the new papers are coming in your field. And there are some other ways are also there through social networking sites dedicated for researcher also. You can get lot of information. Clear? So whoever is interested, you see, I think whatever search engines and publication groups I have written here will be useful for all branches of engineering except the dedicated one ASM. As the name suggests, it is for mechanical engineering only. However, if you are a civil engineering, since there is some commonality of fluid mechanics, few of the articles may be useful for them. If you are from metallurgy, again linked with heat transfer and also materials, then some of articles may be useful. But you should also find out similar sites in your, for example, for civil engineering also there is called ASCE is there, I think. Civil engineering is there. So if you go to ASCE, again they are publishing their own journals. Okay, so like this, you find out relevance in your own field. For example, IEEE is mostly catering to electrical, electronics, computer science. However, limited relevance to mechanical also. Clear? Okay, so if you see here, ASCE, you will go publications, then you find out here. Journals. Okay, so from there you can find out which are the journals relevant to you. Then you see, if you go to any journal page, they will define what is the aim and scope. Every journal will define aim and scope. That means what are the fields they are covering for. They will not have everything. Civil engineering means it will not have everything. Like Journal of Bridge Engineering. So anything related to bridge engineering, again there will be, they might have some boundary also. It's not everything of bridge engineering. So it's a bridge uses material. You will say I do material testing, material characterization, but material characterization comes under not civil engineering. Na? It comes from mechanical or metallurgy. So they will not cover material characterization because metal is used in the bridge, not like that. So here it is written, the Journal of Bridge Engineering publishes papers about all aspects of the art and science of bridge engineering. Okay. So what it says? It publishes research that advances the practice and profession of bridge engineering and papers about issues, projects, materials, design, fabrication, construction, inspection, evaluation, safety, performance, management, retrofitting, etc. Whatever it is. So from there you will get the idea, and you have a key search. Whatever keyword you search in that journal, you see whether you are getting any papers or not. If you are not getting, means this journal is not fit for your domain. So this way you decide, and you keep it or you discard it from your master list. For example, when I reached here, I need to search here. Its own search engine should be somewhere here. So I have to locate it. Here you see, it says all issues are there. So when you are doing an exhaustive search means in detail, so you should go issue by issue. You want to ensure that you have not missed anything. So you start from issue 1. You see, for example, issue 1, I will open. I will browse the names, one paper. By looking at the heading, I will understand whether it is useful for me or not. Otherwise, I go to the issue 2, then issue 3, like this, you should browse it. So this is called exhaustive search. Clear? And you should keep a note of that. I have already covered this journal up to this issue. Because if there are 60 years is there in a journal, today you start, you complete for 10 years. And now it is time for lunch. Then you go, and after lunch, you may again repeat the same search. So you should have noted that I have already covered 1950 to 60. Now I need to start from 60 onwards, like that. Issue means, like you say, you purchase any magazine, na? It's a November issue, December issue, January issue. Issue means it's serial number only. Volume also. Volume means, you see, volume means it indicates normally year. Issue means it indicates normally month. Month or its frequency. Suppose it is a weekly. So suppose I started one brand new magazine in the year 1990. So I will say volume 1 is 1990, volume 2 is 91, 3 is 92, and suppose it is a weekly. So there will be a 52 issues there in the volume 1. So if it is written volume 1, issue 3, that means the third journal, the third week of 1990, like that. It is just a cataloging or systematically arranging them. So normally this journals comes either monthly or bi-monthly or 4 issues. That means every 3 months you will get quarterly, what you call. Every 3 months you will get 1 issue, or sometimes also two issues in a month also, depending on how much papers they are getting and how many papers they make 1 issue. Suppose if they are getting more journals, so they will say, okay, for 50 papers, 1 issue. Actually, it is not exactly fixed, but they will have some range, because how many papers you will receive and how many, and it takes review sometime and are accepted, then like that, so many things are there. Clear? Okay, fine. So anybody having any doubt related to journal papers? Okay, so next we will see, while listing out, how to know whether the journal is a bogus one or journal is a good one. Okay. There is a word called SCI journal. To the best of my knowledge, today the word does not exist. SCI. The full form is Science Citation Index. Okay. Earlier it was there. This word is now obsolete. However, everywhere, including at our institute, NIT Rourkela also, they are using this word. For example, our institute rule is there: 1 essay paper for 1 or 2 for submitting your thesis. Whoever wrote it, I think they are not aware of this issue. That's why they have not done the correction to this one. But since now you are aware, you should know the difference. Okay. So there is a organization called, you see here, Clarivate. So you can note down this one: mjl.clarivate.com. MJL full form is Master Journal List. So what this is from a Web of Science group. So it is a publication group only, Web of Science group. Okay. So what they did is they categorized the journals as very good, like that. For example, when you go to the market and you purchase your vegetable, you can segregate them. These are very good, these are thoda kharab ho gaya or thoda kharab ho gaya, like this separately. Here also they have done it using some of their logics, etc. And they created some list. So what they list? Initially they told that we will have, they used to publish one CD. In that CD, it will contain a list of journals that they given the name SCI, Science Citation Index Journal. Based on their quality, they decided these are the journals very good. So they kept in the list SCI, Science Citation Index list. So the list continues 1, 2, 3, 4. Like if you say, suppose I will write as rank, it can go to 20,000. But they say our CD cannot accommodate all these names. So they said only this small list will be there here. And the rest of the things they will put in a website, because website can contain anything. Suppose you are printing also small in size. If you want to give the name of everything, you need a very big book. So, but they want a small abstract book only. That means only limited numbers will be there. They say tops are there here, the remaining are there here. So that's why they used a word called SCI Science Citation Index Journal. Okay. Then they said SCIE, E for expanded. Then there is called ESCI. This is called emerging. Expanded. Okay, we will check it, no problem. So what is the meaning of his SCIE is a bigger list than SCI. Bigger list means bigger in number of, not supreme, not in terms of quality. Okay. Then ESCI again will be which are below that. That is, it is like this. Suppose 1 to 50 is SCI, 51 to 300 is SCIE, 301 to let's say 2767. This is ESCI. This organization na Clarivate. They are decided. It is just like giving ranking. It is just like giving ranking. Okay. Oh, you might have seen this Filmfare Awards. What is cinema awards? Filmfare Award is one of the cinema awards. What is Filmfare? Filmfare is name of a film magazine. To promote their business, to increase their selling value of the magazine, they introduced a award to film actors named as Filmfare Award. Okay, so earlier it used to be sold as a hard copy magazine, movie magazine, very crazy. People who want to cut the hero heroine photos and put them. So students probably understand better. I do not know. Nowadays I have not gone to hostels. You will find out boys' rooms, lot of girls heroine photos, and girls' room. I guess hero photos must be there. So you cut from magazine. Okay, nowadays hard copy is obsoleting, so soft copy version is there. Like that, some other Videocon screen award. So it is promoted by Videocon group, like that. So here this organization they introduced here. Maybe some business technique also. So here what is emerging means? Emerging means they are improving their quality. So if they will improve their quality, it can jump from here to here. And here also their ranking is coming up and down. So whoever remains at top, he will go. Whoever perform less, then come down. Like that, their philosophy was there. So that's why. So people will say these are the best, these are the better, and these are manageable. But all are good. And इसके नीचे जो आता है बोगस. ओके, इसके बीच में भी एक है और थोड़ा है. वो semi good I can say. And these words is my creation. It does not listed anywhere. You have to understand just to explain you. Okay. So the semi good and this good, everything together, there is a one list called Scopus. Clear? So your target should be always for this here. If it is not possible, you go for here. If it is not possible, then you go for here. If it is not possible, then you go for this one here. What you call as Scopus. This is also Scopus. These are also Scopus. But since this is part of SCI, we can say Scopus minus SCI, we will call here as the Scopus only. Okay. So this should be the last option, and this should not be your option. As I said, शेर भूखा रहेगा लेकिन घास नहीं खाएगा. That means better not to publish here. And how to know bogus? First thing is they will ask you for money. That is also in gentleman's language. The word used paid journals. Paid journals means you are not paid for publishing. You will pay for publishing. Please remember, they will not pay you, you will pay to them. So whatever you give them, they will publish it because you are giving the money to them. Just imagine you want to have a business. So what you do? You open a website, okay? Then you say you submit a paper, publication fee is 3,000 rupees. Okay, you submit today and you will tell ours is a very fast publication because it is a competitive world. So there is another website, it says our average publishing time is 1 month. You will say our average publishing time is 15 days. Another website will our publishing time is 3 days. And there are journals now, they say within 24 hours we publish it. That means actually logically what happens, once you submit, the procedure is once you to submit, you will submit to whom? To the editorial office. That is the journal will have editor who is the head or supreme of the there. So editor will, because of his knowledge, will decide to whom to give it. So under the editor there will be assistant editors will be there, or you can say deputy editor, whatever may be. So it will allow, okay, you are looking for pure fluid mechanics, you are looking for fluid mechanics with convection, you are looking for pure conduction, you are looking for radiation. Then this fellow will do what? He will look for few people who are in this field, then he will send to them, kindly read it and give your comment whether it is good or bad. And these fellows will read and they will give the recommendation. Recommendation means you are telling this is good or bad. Recommendation may be accepted by this fellow, may not be. It is not bound. But logically, what will do? They will go by number. Suppose there are 3 fellows are there, 3 reviewers, 2 say very good, third say it's okay, then they will say okay, acceptable. So once accepted, you will get a receive a letter ki your journal is accepted for publication. Now you do the copyright transfer. So they will send a form, you sign it and send it. Now nowadays it is digital. Digital means by submitting the journal to this paper, automatically you have transferred the copyright. वो उधर एग्रीमेंट में रहेगा. बटन दबा मतलब कॉपीराइट ऑलरेडी जा चुका है, पब्लिश हो नहीं हो, नहीं हुआ तो फिर कॉपीराइट रिवर्स हो गया आपको ऑटोमेटिकली. दैट इज द स्टैंडर्ड. And after that, what they will do? They will send it to publishing team. This is a editing team. They do the review, quality check. उसके बाद the publishing team different होगा. They will do typing, etc. Because you have typed it, but they will type in their own format, formatting, etc. And during formatting, they might have done some mistakes. Suppose you have written alpha XY. That fellow while formatting might have done alpha XY like that, or that alpha XY बना दिया होगा उसको. So after formatting, they will send you back. They will tell, please check and let us know whether we have done any mistake or not. That is called proofreading. So you will read your article, and probably you will read your article for the last time. वो अपना आर्टिकल खुद पढ़ने का टाइम नहीं होता है, और दूसरे का तो टाइम नहीं होता, आपको भी टाइम नहीं होता. ओके. So you will find out any mistake, you will identify, you will tell them, they will do the corrections. Because once you skip any error here in proofreading, it cannot be again corrected. This is the last opportunity. So you check, you tell, okay, everything is fine, then they will publish it. They will publish it. Publish it means now it is digital time. So they publish, how publish? Because they are doing business. In one issue, they will not give all papers. So they might have a standard. Okay, every issue will have 50 papers only. So now it is the month of July. So they will say जुलाई का तो already complete हो गया, 50 हो गया. जुलाई का 50 कब हो गया? ये मार्च में ही हो गया था. फिर अभी बोलेंगे अगस्त, अगस्त का भी ऑलरेडी 50 हो गया है. अभी सितंबर, सितंबर में कितना है? 16 हुआ है. ठीक है, योर विल बी 17 नंबर इन सितंबर. तो you will be assigned September issue. So like this, when accepted, in most of the journal, you will get a future issue only. Future issue only. Okay, not the same day issue. And sometimes in next to 1 year issue also. Suppose it is accepted July 24th, but the issue you will get maybe September 2023 issue also you may get sometimes. So you can ask why they are giving in advance, because every month whatever hard copy they will publish, in that same month they will publish and they will sell it. Hard copy one, and soft copy you can publish for future. Clear? Huh? Huh, same. Whatever you have written, same only. Huh. Oh, it depends on the journal. Sometimes they send, sometimes they...
Sometimes general ask for a
Again, please repeat.
sometimes general ask for APC article processing charges. Sir, it is paid general or unpaid?
Okay, that issue I will come. That issue I will come. Earlier, when it was a hard copy era only, there was no soft copy concept. Whatever you submit means, my first publication in 2006, after I defending my MTech thesis on April, I stayed there for 2 more months, May and June, to submit to complete my manuscript work. So in May, I submitted my first manuscript to ASME Journal of Heat Transfer. So that time, my supervisor took a printout of the final corrected version. Then we put in an envelope and I posted by speed post to USA. I remember the cost at that time was 250 something. So you just imagine it will take, because it is a speed post, uh, but it is not the extreme speeds. It is speed for us, not for speed for no, international standard. So it will take 15, 20, 10, 15 days to go to the editor office. Editor will read it, because everything was manual process. Again, they will send to the reviewer. They will xerox of that item. Sorry, they will ask you to submit 3 printout. So they will send one printout to, again one to Spain, one to France, maybe one to South Africa. That fellow will read for 2 months. After that, that fellow will again prepare it. Again, he will send by post, like that. It accepted and published in 2008. So that time I received hard copy also by post only. Nowadays everything online, so you will submit in website. They will give you a PDF file. If you want, you can take a color print or black and white print. Also for business purpose, what they say, if you want, you can order pre-prints. You pay the money and money will be in dollar only. They know only dollar. उनको रुपये क्या है मालूम नहीं है. So if you want, they will say okay, and it will be in multiple of 25 copies. So आपको बोलेंगे इधर 25 लेना है, 50 लेना है. So 25 copies how much? They will say okay, $60. So 60 into 80 you pay. They will send you 25 copies. So what to do? Actually, as I told you, in Western countries there is a culture. If your paper is published, you distribute this to friends. What I guess today, whatever you do now, you publish in your Facebook. My paper got published. That time there was no Facebook, so probably it was a manual Facebook. They were advertising their copy by giving copies to their friends. Friends will understand, iska paper छप गया, अभी चलो इसे party लेते हैं. Okay, so that is a pride, giving party, because you say you publish. So nowadays, since everything is digital, why you will opt for paying extra money? Because we have to pay in dollars. Clear? But a few journals they send when hard copy is printed, that hard copy issue will be printed. Few journals like this ASME journal, it will send you a hard copy to you as of today. The is a full issue it will send. So there will be 15, 20 journals will be there, and in that your will be one piece. I have a copy. I will show you maybe in second half also. But you should not worry about the hard copy, because you are getting the soft copy, so you can take a printout. And nowadays printout is not required, everything in digital form only. Clear? And please remember, if it is a good journal, for you no money is involved, because this is extra business. For increasing their revenue, they are saying कि आप थोड़ा खरीदो हमको और कहीं पे distribute करो. But if you do not opt for extra thing, you want only basic one, everything is free for you. These are good journals. And which are the paid journals, they will ask you for money. So what they will say, publication is free, but processing your article, you have to pay some article processing charge. That is called APC. Article processing charge. I am saying bogus journals, they want more customers. So I have never published, but I think it is somewhere around 2,000 to 5,000 something like. So we will go to some websites now. We will find out, because you see, it should be affordable, na. If you say 1 lakh, nobody will get. If you say 500, so many people will come. So 500 बूंद बूंद से समुद्र बनता है. तो you take 500 rupees from 1,000 fellows rather than looking for 5,000 from one fellow. So that is business policy. So this is done by bogus journals. So now what this good journals has also done, one new concept is that they got business idea from these bogus fellows. They told you have two options to publish your paper with us. Publish your paper with us. Publish means what you do? Publish means transfer copyright. What is transfer copyright? You transfer the right to the company to do business with your paper. Paper means 10-15 page PDF. Whatever you are giving a PDF or Word file only. And the contents they will sell, they will get money, but you will not get a single rupee out of that one. That is a transfer of copyright. Clear? But they are saying you do not have to pay any money. So this publication is free for you. And we are selling, we are earning. Why we are selling? Because we have employed so many people, we have a website, we have an office, we need to recover the money. So that's why we will sell your product. This is, if you call the word product, your paper, and we will earn money. That's why if you try to download any paper, you will see it will ask for $20, $30 like that. Because उनको लगता है $20 तो ऐसे ही सस्ता है. Because for one samosa, Europe, I think it is minimum 4 euro or something it will cost to. So today it is equivalent to $4. मतलब 5 समोसा जैसा है. तो वो लोग तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं. हमारे एक समोसा 5 रुपए का, तो 25 रुपए तो हम दे के खरीद सकते हैं. लेकिन वो उनके 25 रुपए हमारे लिए नहीं है ना. That's why Indians do not purchase them, but other people they can afford it. $20 they can easily pay it. So this was the only scheme available earlier. Now they introduced a new scheme. What you say? This is free for you, but the reader has to pay. मतलब जो आपका आर्टिकल पढ़ना चाहता है उसको पैसा देना पड़ेगा. एंड वो पे में हमारा कंपनी चलेगा. $20 पर आर्टिकल. इंडिविजुअल बायर, इंस्टीट्यूशनल बायर. फॉर एग्जांपल एनआईटी इज इंस्टीट्यूशनल बायर. वो जो होलसेल बिजनेस करते हैं, बोलते हैं हम एक एक का हिसाब नहीं करेंगे कि योर होल वेबसाइट एवरीथिंग इज एक्सेसिबल टू अस. कितना लेना है? वो बोलेगा कि ठीक है आप 26 लाख दे दीजिए, 1 साल तक अनलिमिटेड डाउनलोड, ऑल ब्रांचेस. 26 लाख दे दो, हम कुछ कैलकुलेशन नहीं करेंगे. तो दे डू प्रोग्रामिंग. ओके, एनी डाउनलोड रिक्वेस्ट कम्स फ्रॉम एनआईटी राउरकेला डोमेन, इसके लिए फ्री है. दैट मींस if I try to download from this computer, I will be able to download, but if I try from my smartphone, I cannot download. I am in NIT campus, I am an employee of NIT Raurkela, but that server will not understand I am from NIT because I am using Geo. Okay, but if I use NIT internet, it will understand he is from NIT. So it is free for me, but it is not free. It is paid by NIT Raurkela. So every good institute's library budget is very high in terms of crores. So I think our I do not know exact cost, but it should be in the range of more than 30 to 50 lakhs every year we pay. Not all good. You see, I will tell you, we are going in this way. Okay. No, nowhere it is not like. You see, considering their brand name, for example, you see, जैसे ब्रांड नेम होने के बाद वो लोग क्या करते हैं, बहुत सारे फालतू प्रोडक्ट सेल करता है. तो लाइक दिस आल्सो दे स्टार्टेड इंट्रोड्यूसिंग सो मेनी. यू सी हाउ इट बिकम्स गुड. गुड बिकम्स विथ रेस्पेक्ट टू, फॉर एग्जांपल यू सी हाउ यू बिकम ए गुड टीचर. डे 1 में आप गुड टीचर तो नहीं हो सकते क्योंकि आपका एक्सपीरियंस 0 है. आप पढ़ाते जाएंगे, आपका एक्सपीरियंस बढ़ेगा, तो आप गुड 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 बढ़े, लाइक दैट. इफ जर्नल इज वेरी ओल्ड मीन्स कंसिडर टू बी गुड. सिंपल. क्लियर. अभी हम बोलते हैं कि सॉफ्टवेयर कंपनी में, अभी अगर if you get an offer from two software company, one software company is 30 years old, one software company yesterday born, आपको भरोसा किसके ऊपर ज्यादा होगा? 30 years old, क्योंकि ये बहुत पुराना है, बहुत मैन पावर है, बहुत उनका बजट है. दैट्स व्हाई डेफिनेटली कि आपको लगेगा कि नहीं, ये एक दिन वाला सॉफ्टवेयर कंपनी कभी भी डूब सकता है. तो लाइक दैट जर्नल में उसका हिस्ट्री होता है, जैसे एएसएमई जर्नल मोर देन 100 years old. हाँ, no, that's what I'm saying. You see, please, that I'm coming here. So here it is free for you and paid for the reader. Okay. So now they got the idea from this bogus journals कि भाई हम ऐसा करेंगे कि हम author से पैसा लेंगे. That means not free for author. फिर आप बोलेंगे भाई हमको इधर तो फ्री ऑप्शन है, हम नॉट फ्री में क्यों जाएंगे? वो बोलता है बट फ्री फॉर रीडर. उसको रिवर्स कर दिया. मतलब यू पे द मनी, हमारा जितना खर्चा हो रहा है आप दे दो, लेकिन जो पढ़ेगा उसके लिए फ्री है. और उसका कॉस्ट का रेंज जो अभी रहता है अप्रोक्सीमेटली $2,000 to $3,000. हाँ, no, I am coming that to point. Okay, so and this fee is called APC, Article Processing Charge. Clear? ये पैसा आपको देना पड़ेगा. पेपर छपने के बाद you have to pay this money. And when you submit ना फर्स्ट डे, उस टाइम जो पूछेगा कि जब अगर एक्सेप्ट हो जाएगा आप कौन सा कैटेगरी में जाना चाहेंगे, ए में या बी में. इफ यू से बी, आफ्टर एक्सेप्टेंस यू हैव टू पे दिस मच मनी. क्लियर. Actually here both the journals are called free journals, not paid journal. But since you are paying money here, presently NIT Rourkela, whatever our regulation rule is there, here we do not get any credit. Company says in principle आपका पेपर इस कैटेगरी में हो या इस कैटेगरी में हो, क्वालिटी से कोई डिफरेंस नहीं है. Logically same, because it is in same paper. Only authors decide whether you want to pay or your readers want to pay. You decide it. So quality wise it is same. So they are saying it is quality journal, but it is you decided for paid. So this journal cannot be called as a paid journal because there is a free option is there. You decided to pay. Now question है this, अगर free option है तो आप pay क्यों करेंगे? The motivation they say it is free for the reader. तो क्योंकि रीडर को फोकट में मिल गया तो सब रीडर आपका पेपर ही डाउनलोड करेंगे. रीडर सर्चेस फॉर माइक्रो चैनल, 2 पेपर्स ओनली अवेलेबल. पेपर ए asking for $20, paper B, click it, it is downloaded. Why? Because paper A's author has not paid, so asking money to you. Paper B's author paid, so it is free for you. You cannot read A because it is locked. You will not pay $20. So paper B is free for you. So you download it, you read it. Obviously, you will give the name of paper B in your reference. So that's why this category paper will get more citation. And presently in our research world, it is considered the more number of citations your paper receives, it is considered good work you have done. It may be true, it may not be true. Because a very good work, since it is a paid for the user, user cannot assess it, user never writes it. And since the world will recognize you as a good researcher by looking at your citation, so you get the motivation कि ठीक है चलो इसको $3,000 दे देते हैं. अभी तो मुझे नहीं देना है, मेरे फादर को बोलेंगे ना. फादर डू नॉट नो व्हाट इज पब्लिकेशन. वो बोलेगा अभी मेरा पीएचडी मिलेगा और आपको $3,000 देना है. ठीक है, आप जमीन बेच दो, कुछ भी करो, वो गांव में जो लैंड है उसको बेच देना. ओके. फादर विल बी हाँ आवर सन इज डूइंग ग्रेट वर्क. उसका पेपर अमेरिका में छपेगा. कहाँ छपेगा? अमेरिका में. Okay, so they will send the land and they will give you $300. You pay it, your paper get published, and you get benefit through more citation. Clear? But here the journal is not considered paid. Please remember, journal is good journal. This is a business policy. But in NIT Club point of view, if you pay, they do not consider for your publication. Huh? Huh? No, why NIT will pay for B? NIT is a government organization. NIT say option A is available. You pay your pocket and you get punished for paying from your pocket, that it will not be counted as your publication also. This is L1 concept, government organization. So if you publish from your, you pay. Also NIT will not count as a journal because you are paid. NIT will count as a paid journal. But in principle it is not a paid journal, but NIT will count as a paid journal. Because it is freely available means you have already paid. Now without payment, how it will be freely available? Simple. You are a government employee. You cannot give any false declaration. If it is found after 30 years also, you will lose all your benefits. Okay. So you cannot do this blunder mistakes. You have to give correct information. Ki I have paid for it. Clear? Suppose student writes as a free and gets a job in IIT. After 20 years, if it is known, then his job will be gone. Because that point नहीं होगा तो वो disqualify हो जाता ना. Clear? So since option A is there, why to go for option B? Simple. So you go for option A only. Clear? But bogus journals, there is no option A and B. There is only one option, you pay and publish. Okay, we will see here. We will try to see the difference between these two websites. And these bogus journals will have very interesting names also. I do not know. Just from thought came, I am doing a search. Let me see. Is International Journal of Science, SC or something. I got it. Okay. On the first look, my impression is it is a bogus one. Okay. Let's see here. Now you see impact factor everybody can calculate, na? Impact factor.
So what is the impact factor?
That also there. It will come in next. I will discuss. You see here publication charges. Standard paper is a 65 euro. Student and resource scholar 45. Discount is there. वो motivating you. वो जो सेल होता है ना, buy one get 3 free. मतलब एक खरीदने के बाद 3 फ्री देगा. So it's like that. So simple, straightforward. It is a bogus one, as I said. Clear? So whenever they are asking you money means never pay and never publish with them. And every day I am receiving so many emails from these websites. And here they will also write, if you submit today, maybe 10 days they will publish it within next 10 days. And to trap the scholars, they will write many things. You see impact factor, H index, I index, so this, that, survey, everything they will write. Actually, see, these things are a one, what you say, hedgy area in one sense it is not illegal also as per court of law, because they are not doing any wrongdoing. Whatever, actually you should understand what is bogus. This is in principle nothing bogus. Their operating principle is exactly same as the good ones. For example, you say uh, clothing. There are branded clothes are available and footpath side clothes are available. So what we indicate branded? Footpath side clothes also contains a sticker, contains a name. But the only difference is branded ones. For example, I say Monte Carlo. So Monte Carlo is a reputed organization in the sense that it has a history. They provide every detailed information. Even they provide the quality of their dress also. There they will write in what is the percentage of cotton. It's 100% cotton, 90% cotton. Everything details they provide like that. And they take higher charge also from us. Why? Because they do lot of expenditure on advertising, developing technology, etc. And the whatever we purchase nearby roadside, the stickering, whatever name written, and whoever manufactures, we do not know. There is nothing will be there. If you do Google also, there is no guarantee that brand name will come also. But that is also addressed, na? Both are same. Only thing is that branded ones, normally what they, from experience you can say, it will run for long time. Its color will not fade so quickly. Whereas this roadside ones will fade quickly. But it is not guaranteed that branded ones will never fade. So it happens. How? Because of its stock. वो 5 साल पुराना होगा, वो स्टॉक क्लियरेंस में आ गया है. इन स्टॉक क्लियरेंस ओनली they will sell ki buy one get three. Branded one so degi buy one get three, stock clearance. Sell because its life decreases with time. Cotton. So they manufacturing 2022. Whatever you see, they will never give discount. So you can also do this experiment. Suppose you go to Monte Carlo website. One T-shirt, one exact design is launched. Initially will be 1,000 rupees, and the sizes will be available 24. Sorry, S, M, L, XL, double XL, triple XL. So after 2 months, you will see some of the sizes not available because it is 100% of their manufactured stocks finished. So what they will do? They will tell 10% discount. Again, once let's say, so normally you see S, M, L. More people will be there. XL will be limited less. Double XL will be limited less. Triple XL will be limited less. So their selling rate for double XL, triple will be slow. So they will say, okay, isko over 30% discount. So these are business techniques. They are not looking for profit out of each and every product. They are looking for profit as a whole. And in each product also MRP is 1,000 means their manufacturing cost will be hardly 200 or something only. Because they, you see, all branded products are sold in branded showrooms. All branded showrooms are situated at a costly places. You see shopping malls. Monte Carlo you will not find on roadside. If they will sell on roadside, definitely they will be able to sell at a lower value. But roadside fellow will also never keep Monte Carlo, because if you will keep also Monte Carlo, you will consider it is a duplicate one. Clear? So bogus word I am using. So you have to understand this is not a qualitative one. Never to publish it. Simple thing. Nobody accepts it as a good one. Like there is a story there, na? Ki, one person was having one goat, but people say this is not a goat, this is a pig. तो तीन लोग बोल दिया कि ये pig है तो वो pig हो गया, like that. So if majority people say this is not qualitative, means this is not qualitative, like that. So if you want to understand the history of publication of journals, there is a one journal called I forgot that Proceedings of Royal Society of London. So this is from the time of Newton. So that time in India, our forefathers were fighting for arranging food for every day. That time they were doing research. So here you see the philosophical transaction, a philosophical. If I go to their issues here, you see the year. It starts from 1600s. In between somewhere, 16 first issue will go. 25th, sorry, 21 volume. Where is the first volume? Sorry, 1666 started. This is very interesting. So whenever I get time, I browse through these articles. 1665, the first issue published. Volume 1, volume 1, issue 1. You see, you understand. Volume 1, issue 1. So let's see what was the writing there and how they are publishing. You can see here. 1665. Okay, so this is the first one. You see, this is a one publication. Probably you can say the first publication. This is an introduction to this tract here. So describing this one, we can say this is the first one. An accompaniment of the improvement of optical glasses. So some research were going that. Let us read the PDF here. DY is there. You see, DY was not created in 6061. It is created now. You see, you have built a house in 1923. That does not mean that house will not have address. वो 23 house का भी address होता है, अभी का house का भी address होगा. Okay. So you see what they did. They are assigned now. They have preserved it. They have preserved it through, over this 500, 400 years. Now using technology, they have scanned it so that it can be further preserved. Otherwise, what happens? These papers are the moisture is the biggest enemy of paper. That's why you will see libraries will be mostly air conditioned to control the moisture. So you have to make it moisture free. And if it will be in digital form, it can be stored till the human civilization is there. That's why they have. And you see, we are able to see it because of this technology only. Otherwise, we cannot see the royal proceedings copy. And you see, that time press was there. And you can see, but you can understand here what was the technology that time. I have seen during my 12th standards how press was operating. You will have letters there. There will be a bucket of A, bucket of B, bucket of C, like that. He has to write elephant means he will pick one E, one L, one E, one P, one H, one A, one N, one T. That is like we are typing. We are acquainted without looking at the keyboard. I can type it. That is a practice. So without looking also he can pick A, B, C, D like that. So he will arrange, he will read it. He will read it and he will arrange it. So like that, he will set one page. Typesetting, that was called typesetting. Like that. So here you can understand, see here, an account of the improvement of the optical glasses. So here you see author's name is the not at the top. The name of journal today, whatever you see, it is there. No, diagram bhi hota tha, everything was there. You see page number is written, but probably written by hand or something. You can see here that time. Diagram was also there, but I do not know what technology they adopted. Suppose we will take a few more papers there. If you go through the story of Newton, very interesting. So Newton published many things in this journal, and whatever you are reading, F is equal to ma, it is not written in simple way. They are written very complicated way, and slowly they have been modified to the simplest form for our understandings. Okay, and if you read this English also, This will be the English of that time, not English of today's English. Okay. And you can see here written, he fubo join that. I also do not know what is written here. So whenever you have a free time, you should go through them. Very interesting things to explore. And whatever the big scientist names we read in textbook, their work, they become because of their publication only. And if you read them, you will understand why kya likha hai, kuch nahi. These are very easy things because today they are become easy, na. You see, today what is that? So older technologies now becomes the toys. Yesterday's hi-fi technology is today's toy, like that only. Okay, so that means the history of systematic publication, what you call as journals, is not a recent concept. It is a very old concept. That time, when this royal proceeding of society was created, it was actually funded by uh, the king there, their king or queen, whatever you call in Britain. Somebody thought, ki, okay, let's preserve the high thinking minds. तो किसी का ब्रेन को तो काट के प्रिजर्व नहीं कर सकते हैं, तो दैट्स व्हाई लेट्स प्रिजर्व देयर राइटिंग्स, देयर थॉट्स इन द फॉर्म ऑफ राइटिंग्स. दे क्रिएटेड रॉयल सोसाइटी ऑफ लंडन. Whoever knowledgeable at that time, someone is appointed as the head of the Royal Society of London. He will be responsible for doing these publications. So then that time, just imagine somebody in France, somebody in Germany. So they will send invitations to them. They might have informed, not definitely, ki we have started this kind of thing. Kindly let us know if you have anything to be written there. Then they will send it. Just imagine how they might have sent it. No, there will be no post office like ours. So is there any doubt here now? Okay, fine. So now we will go to our original topic, this SCI list, etc. So here you go to this website mjl.clarivate.com. So whenever you decide to publish to a journal and just you want to ensure what is the standard of this journal, whether it is good or not, you have to ensure it. It is at the top one or center one, at the bottom one or the extreme bottom one. So what you can do is, if you know the name of the journal, you just directly search here. If you do not know the name of the journal, you browse here. So search will be quicker, browse will take time. So like suppose search means I know a journal, International Journal of Heat Mass Transport. I will just type it, it will tell whether it is there in the list or not. Suppose I do not know, I just want to have what are the good journals available in the field of heat transport. I will give a keyword here, or I will go through the list here. Clear? So here suppose I will type here just heat. So it is giving 31 results are there. That means there are 31 journals available in this list where one of the words of the name of the journal contains HEAT, heat. So it says Frontiers in Heat and Mass Transfer. Clear? Publisher is Global Digital Central. So now we are trying to collect the list of publishers. So you can add these two as a one publisher, Global Digital Central. You go to Google, again you type Global Digital Central, you will get its website. Okay. And what is that? It is a Emerging Source Citation Index. That is, it is ESCI. So in that list, it is at the bottom. ESCI. Clear? But it is far better than the bogus journals. Then here it says experimental heat transfer. So it is again SCIE. So as per our discussion, this is better than this one. This is better than experimental heat transfer is better than this one. But please remember, okay, should I submit to here or here? So as the name suggests, experimental heat transfer, your work should be experimental in nature. If you have done a numerical work, you cannot publish here. They will. It may be very good work, but that editor will return it from day one only. Ki this is not suitable for our journal. So if your is not a experimental work, you cannot submit here. But if your work is a mix of experimental and simulation, mix is allowed. Clear? Okay. Then you go here, heat and mass transfer. Again, it is a SCI expanded. Heat transfer only, it is ESCI. So here you will get only SCI E or ESCI only. Whatever the only SCI, they have discarded it. They say SCI is merged inside SCI E. So that's why I told, as on today, if your institute or university says 2 publication or 3 publication in SCI journal, you should ask, sir, give the list of SCI journal. So they will not be able to give answer. However, the world is running like this only. So what you have to do is, whenever say SCI journal, you have to find out in SCI E. That means your paper should be published in SCI E. That means if you publish it in heat transfer engineering, acceptable. But you have published it in heat transfer only, that too they will not consider for submitting your thesis. So they will not allow you to submit your thesis. And you forget about the bogus journal. उसमें तो उल्टा वो सुपरवाइजर तुमको मारेगा भी. Clear? So before submit, please ensure where you are submitting, and the journal should be as per the standard decided by your institute. So what I personally always recommend, first thing is, always think that I will always believe in quality. So this should be in along with your luck will decide what is the final output to get. So karma or luck, दोनों एक साथ चलता है, mix होके. So if you only work, there is no luck, you may not get result, but you have to accept. You cannot override the God. Okay. So, but you should give effort. You cannot rely on only luck. तो कुछ नहीं होगा. You give maximum effort, try for a good work, and after you have completed your work, what you do? You target to publish in a SCI journal. So here you give your keyword, you make a list of SCI journal, and out of that you find out the suitable SCI journal. Suitable, which is the best one. There may be single best or 2-3 best will be there. You submit to there. It may be rejected. You submit to another. It may be rejected. You submit to another. Like that, you try. अगर नहीं हुआ तो then you go to one step down. Then you go to ESCI, because your university says only SCI चाहिए पहले, SCI E. But you can say, sir, मेरा तो 2 SCI हो गया. I am eligible now. I can go for ESCI now. But as I said, your mindset should be always for SCI E. So you should target for that one only. If you नहीं होता है तो फिर बाद में. Because you see, once you submit to a good journal, it may be rejected, but you will get some feedback. Clear? You work on the feedback. The feedback says, नहीं तुम्हारा ये this graph is not right. It should be like this. There is some mistake. So you check your simulation, might be some mistake, or it will say you find your grid, your result will be better. So you do the improvement, do some work, you modify the manuscript, update it. You can resubmit to same journal, but if you do not have confidence, you submit to another journal. Clear? Okay. So any doubt from anybody? Otherwise,
Excuse me, sir.
बोलिए.
Sir, how much time it will take to publish a paper in a journal, sir?
There is no fixed time frame is there. It depends on journals and your luck factor. Nowadays, however, the journals have increased the rate faster. It can be anytime between 5 to 7 days to maybe 1 year, 2 year also sometimes. But averagely nowadays it is standard is 3 months. So the procedure is, sometimes when the editor sees it, first once you submit it, will go to the editor. If editor sees it, it feels it is a very good work, then editor himself has the right to accept it straightforward. So hardly it will take 3 to 5 days, but this is a very rare one. This is a very rare one. If you are very, very lucky, then probably one of your publication will fall in this category. Otherwise, editor will assign a sub-editor, sub-editor will send to reviewers, and the reviewers nowadays getting a time of 21 days. 21 days, this is I'm talking about journals under Elsevier, because I'm reviewing some of the journals in Elsevier. But you see, actually the time to be required to review by the professor will be only 2 to 3 hours. But he needs to sit now. Suppose I get a mail today, I'm busy in my workshop. So I will not be able to see it for the next 5 days. Whenever I get time, I will read it. So I need 3 hours. If my 21 days completed, I will write to the editor, I need some time. I need 15 more days. हमको review करने दीजिए. So after all the 3 review will come to the associate editor. Associate editor will give the recommendation to the editor. Editor will communicate to you. That's why minimum it should take 2 months. So standard practice is anything between 2 to 6 months. But if your manuscript is delayed beyond 6 months, you should not hesitate to write to the editor, kindly give the status. Nowadays, since it is online, you can see the status also. But you are seeing the status under review, but it is more than 6 months, you can write it. What is the status? So if you write what is status, they will come under pressure also. Otherwise, you can withdraw. You need to withdraw first. Or you write an email, ki, sir, you are taking long time, we want to withdraw. So you withdraw, you can give to another journal. If they do not get a good reviewer, if they do not, actually that will be a rare phenomena. Nowadays, बहुत सारे reviewer मिल जाएंगे. No, Web of Science and Scopus are not same. I told you, na, Web of Science is this side. I told you. Web of Science is a group of publishers. Scopus is another group. Clear? Scopus is a bigger database. Web of Science is a smaller database. All Web of Science journals are Scopus journal, but all Scopus journals are not Web of Science journals. Like I have experienced, there is a journal, I think, Puspa Journal of Heat Transport. You see, this is a Puspa publishing house. From name, you can understand this is not a quality publisher. This is an Indian publisher, and sometime back I did gone through this. I found that this is a Scopus journal. So Scopus we can consider relatively not good journal. I told you, na, you see, all SCI this Web of Science journals are Scopus. That's why if I minus this upper part, so the remaining part is this one here. So it is at the extreme lower category. So myself should never target for this one. Under Scopus also there is a big variation is there, drastic variation is there. Any more doubt?
Sir, there is a search engine scopus.com.
Again, you please repeat.
So in that search engine, sir, there is a search engine like scopus.com.
Yes.
So in that, sir, so in that search engine, sir, SCI paper come or only Scopus paper come?
No, I told you, na, Scopus, let me draw here. You have to understand the set concept. This is your Scopus journal. This is your SCIE plus ESCI journal. That means all SCI and ESCI journal are Scopus, but not reverse is not true. So whatever here, these journals is acceptable, but these journals is not acceptable. Is it clear? But again, depends on
Yes, sir.
university. Suppose you are at a smaller university, they accept Scopus journal. But I told you, you should have your own principle. You should have your own principle, and you should maintain your own quality. Otherwise, lion need to eat the grass. So you assume you
Scopus,
are the
they are saying Scopus general means they are.
Again, please repeat. Your voice was not clear. Hello.
Yes, sir. I am saying that, sir, Scopus general means SCI is also included in that.
No,
Then
SCI
why
is
it
also
is?
SCI is also included, but all Scopus is not SCI. All SCI is Scopus.
Yes, sir. Only bogus general is come under like poor quality.
You see, in Scopus, half of the journals are good and half also not good. Actually, good is a relative word. Good is a relative word. Somebody struggling to have publication, uh, trying for last 20 years, not able to publish, so he will be happy with a bogus publication also, because never able to publish. Okay, so good is a relative word, but always what I personally believe, whatever you think for every day, you will achieve that one day.
So how we
And
are
I
going to identify? So how we are
again,
going to identify whether it is a good scopus or not?
that's why I said to ensure it, you go for SCI list. That's why no, not go for Scopus list. So it will ensure that it is a Scopus journal and it is a good one. And there are other factors also there that we will discuss after the lunch. Now we will take a break for the lunch because our physical participants will find it difficult to get the lunch. Okay, so I
Okay, sir.
request offline participants to go for the lunch. Online participants, still you continue asking questions.
So, like in an NIT Raipur, they have
Sir,
given the criteria that
sir,
to
for
publish a journal. Uh, hello.
Publish. Please repeat your question.
Yes, sir. In an
Hmm.
NIT Raipur, they have having a criteria that you need to publish a journal, 2 SCI and 1 Scopus.
Okay.
That's why I'm asking, sir, how we are going to identify whether it is a good journal and it is not in a Scopus.
Okay, okay. I am just writing here. Please remember 2 SCCI and 1 Scopus.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
fine.
sir.
Okay, fine. So first, let me tell you, there is nothing called SCCI today. Actually, it is a wrong. It is a wrong to write 2 SCCI. They should say two Web of Science, two Web of Science journal. The correct thing is two Web of Science journal, not SCCI. So it can be SCCIE. Just you clarify from them whether they mean SCCI means SCCIE or SCCIE plus ESCI. You just inquire from them. I guess
Okay.
they are indicating either this one or this one. So fine, you publish two here, then 1 Scopus. They are not saying it is mandatory to publish here. You, instead of degrading yourself, publishing Scopus, you can publish 3 SCIE. You can target for 3 SCIE.
Okay, sir.
Clear? So if you target for 3 SCCIE, if it is not possible because of somehow, you can go for 2 SCCIE plus 1 ESCI. And this ESCI, I can say best Scopus journal. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any more doubt?
sir, sir, for becoming reviewer, what qualification is required, sir? How to become reviewer of any journal?
Okay. How to become a reviewer? Fine. Very good question. Uh, what I can say, And there is no qualification to become a reviewer. You become a reviewer by virtue of your experience only. And this you get as a offer from their side only. They will give you a offer to be a reviewer if your publications are good. That means your CV should contain only SCI publications. Clear? If you always publish in only SCI publication, you are likely to be invited to be a reviewer. There is no qualification. You will do that one. So how you will do this one is, as I said, always maintain quality. Okay. So publish on only in SCI publication. Then second thing, you should be a corresponding author. In your publications, and corresponding author, what require here, you need to do registration as a author on journal sites. Clear? And when you do registration, there at the bottom somewhere they will ask a question, are you available as a reviewer? The answer will be yes or no. So in the registration, if you are really interested to do the review work, you can give the option yes. So if you give the option yes, then the next question it will ask you your field of expertise. So there will be a list of keywords will be there. Okay, maybe 1 to 100 or so. You have to pick key. I am expert in this field, and this field. Suppose I write I am expert in heat transfer. I am expert in electronic schooling. I am expert in microchannel. So in that case, whenever the editor will get a paper, suppose the title of the paper is Pro Bowling in Microchannel. Okay, and in my keyword also is there flow boiling. So and if I have already lot of publications are there in a good journal, the editor may invite me to review this paper. So how it is done actually, it is not in open domain, but what I understand is their software will give a probable list, because since you selected yes, they will have a list of reviewers will be there. And from the list of reviewers, whenever they will give the keyword for the title, that their software might be giving the list of people who are potential reviewer. And from the potential reviewer, they will pick the list. They will make. You need to reply to them. If you are ready to review, you will say yes, I am ready to review. If you are not ready, you say no, I am busy now. If you agree to review, then they will send the paper, and you have to give undertaking that you will complete the review within 21 days or 1 month or 2 months, whatever they give the duration, that one. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. It is free service, sir. Otherwise, the general pay to the reviewers.
It is free. You will not get any money. Okay, so question is why you will do? Because you can write that I am a reviewer in a journal. So which is a prestige for you. That's why you have to do it free of cost. You will not get a single rupee. Rather than you have to do expenditure from your pocket. What is expenditure? To read that paper, you may be required to make a printout. It may be 10 page or 20 page paper. So you take a printout from your money, you read it, again you prepare a notes, what are the mistakes are there, you prepare a report, then you submit. And you need to give a lot of time also. It is not an easy task. Reviewer task is very difficult. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. So any more questions from the audience? So Mohinder Singh, you have raised your hand. You have any query?
I asked you.
Okay, fine, fine. So if there is no questions from audience, then we will close the session now for lunch. Again, we will meet at 2:30. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.